Hello, I'm Ricky Sayer.
Along with Hannah Richter.
For this edition of the Ram Report, a little later in the show, we'll have a live interview with members of Harriton's girls state champion girls tennis team. But first, our top story on the Ram Report is enrollment growth within Lower Merion School District. On Monday, 2 demographers presented their projections for enrollment growth to the Lower Merion School Board. Here is my report. Ricky reports here in the District Administration Building, where a meeting just finished up, where it was revealed that over the next 9 years, it's projected that Harriton High School is going to gain over 350 students. Enrollment growth. It's been the issue on top of the minds of the Lower Merion School Board since enrollment began rising dramatically a little under a decade ago. What's caused this influx in students? Well, since the recession in 2008, private school enrollment has gone down. More students have moved into existing apartment and rental units, and overall, the quality of education in the district has brought in more families.
Now they're coming because of the way the housing market is shaped and problems in Philadelphia and people trying to get into a better district.
That is essentially what has happened over the past few years as enrollment has exceeded projections, reaching record numbers. In fact, last year, enrollment reached 8,300 students in the district for the first time since 1973, and back then there were more schools in the district to handle that enrollment. Since 2008, enrollment has gone up by over 1,500 students. These additional students have pushed the capacity in Lower Merion schools to their limit, leading to redistricting and millions of dollars in capacity expansions at the elementary and middle schools. That is what has led us to today. It was revealed at the meeting on Monday that while enrollment is expected to rise, it won't rise nearly as dramatically as it did in the past few years, especially at the elementary school level.
Overall, your elementary schools are near their peak. You probably will see a more stabilized environment.
That still leaves the large amount of students who are at the elementary schools.
The bumps in the elementary school hit the middle school, and then you see growth there, and then you see growth a couple years later at the high school. Growth overall will continue with no doubt. There are still many large grades in the district. They're going to be causing growth pressures in your upper schools. Growth hits the high schools the hardest, almost 700 students added. In 9 years, today's second grade class will be high school juniors. That is when enrollment is expected to peak at Harriton High School. Currently, the enrollment at Harriton is 1,230 students. As the years go by, that number is projected to grow to 1,589 students by 2025, an increase of over 350 students. Here's why that's important. Harriton was built to have an ideal or functional capacity of 1,367 students. We are projected to blow past that number in 4 years when the number reaches 1,403 students. If projections prove true, then Harriton will in 9 years have 359 more students than it was designed to handle. Now, it is important to note that Harriton can physically hold 1,800 students. But that isn't something the district is likely to let happen, as they believe that that would decrease the quality of education. As I reported in 2014, the district has faced this same issue of increased enrollment at Harriton. Now back then, the issue was temporarily solved by making the school choice zone larger, allowing more students to go to Lower Merion versus Harriton, as Lower Merion can hold some classes in the Lower Merion School District Administration Building. Making the choice zone larger, once again, isn't something currently on the table. Before it was decided to expand the choice zone, one of the options the district was considering was building more classrooms at Harriton, which is something they're looking at today. Specifically, when the idea to add more classrooms at Harriton was looked at, the plan was to extend the history, foreign language, and math hallways toward the locker rooms, giving the school 10 more classrooms, 4 of which being science classrooms. At that time, Harriton was expected to reach 1,628 students. Now the projections are down around 40 students. So if you do the math, Harriton now needs 8 additional classrooms, going off the equation used in 2013. That does not, however, mean that construction is certain. There are options. Reporting for Harriton High School Television from the Lower Merion School District Administration Building, I am Ricky Reports. Stay informed, Harriton. I would like to mention that this information is only from one projection presented at the meeting. Mr. Weinstein was scheduled to speak at the meeting, but due to time constraints, his appearance was cut. He did tell me though after the meeting that he was planning on presenting the board a few options regarding Harriton. They included doing nothing, turning general ed classrooms into science classrooms, constructing temporary classrooms, and building permanent classrooms. Starting tonight, Harriton Theater Company will present their fall musical, Museum.
going to be great. Over the weekend, an image circulated around that there would be a large protest composed of college students that would block traffic on Lancaster Avenue. The protest was intended to show that protesters were unhappy with how the police were aligned with Donald Trump. It was revealed on Monday that the protesters were only composed of one person, but because of the stir created, other protesters did actually come out. In a change that is affecting teachers this year, teachers must have all grades finalized on Monday after the quarter ends at 9 a.m. In the past, teachers were given around a week.
Last Tuesday, the presidential election cycle came to a close as Republican businessman Donald Trump was elected as president. Nick Merriam, Eitan Ginsberg, Zach Manlin, Lindsay Sayer, Ben Feldman, and Ricky Reports all met to give HHS TV election coverage. Here's Ricky's report on the results of the presidential race. Yeah.
Harriton's first Made on the Main Line Festival will be held on
Pennsylvania
October
turning red
29th
was
from
something Hillary
4:30
Clinton
to
tried to
8:30.
stop from
In order to
happening when she
gather more
campaigned in
information
Philadelphia on the night before the election in an effort to increase Philly turnout.
Because I believe we all have a role to play in building a better, fairer,
Pennsylvania turning red was something Hillary Clinton tried to stop from happening when she campaigned in Philadelphia on the night. Pennsylvania turning red was something Hillary Clinton tried to stop from happening when she campaigned in Philadelphia on the night before the. Can you hear me? Sorry if you can't hear me. Sorry about that, everyone. We're gonna stall as they figure out. Is it ready? Pennsylvania turning red was something Hillary Clinton tried to stop from happening when she campaigned. Okay. Well, we get that figured out. We have something special. The entirety of, not the entirety, members of Harriton's girls tennis team is live with us in the studio. And will show us behind us in a second as we go to them. And they're going to talk about their state championship.
Put it up.
Here with the 2016 Pennsylvania State Champion girls tennis team, and most notably here with Sonia Groneveld. I'm going to ask some questions about their momentous title that they have won a few weeks ago. I don't really know how long ago. But let's just talk about, you guys were, the newspaper said you were underdogs going into this game against Northern Allegheny, who has won 3 straight state titles before this match. And, is there any intimidation factor that goes into that type of match? We're going up against a team that everyone's saying, oh, they're going to win easy, and you guys just come in, what do you think about that?
Yeah, honestly, we all went there thinking, we could probably make it to the finals, lose in the finals, cool, maybe we'll win next year. But right before that match, we saw that, all the other teams that had just lost to North Allegheny were you guys have to win. You guys, because, North Allegheny girls were, not very nice. So, and, we were all, so pumped up and excited. We were wait, we actually could win this. And, the North Allegheny girls, they actually had pre-made T-shirts that said 2016 state champions. So I don't know what they're gonna do with those T-shirts now. But yeah, and no one really thought that we were gonna win. So to come in as the underdogs and be able to bring the win home for Harriton, that was amazing. Especially with this group of girls, we're all the best.
You summed it up pretty well.
I meant to say the least. What else were we gonna talk about? You guys talked about. What was that? Sonia, you talked about the great team spirit that this team has. You said it was a major factor towards winning this state title. What do you think is the reason for this team having such great team spirit?
I think that we all just get along really well. We all have our food fests where we just eat a lot of food, and then we go out on the court and win. And we have our dance parties, and we're so pumped up, and we are no one wanted to win it for themselves. Everyone wanted to win it for the team, and I think that.
Just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have the most fun. Yeah.
I think that was also a difference was that the other team, for their warm-ups, they all had their headphones in and they were really intense. But for us, we were not at all. We were outside on the parking lot doing weird dances, and people were what are they doing? And then those girls must be wow, that team won states. That's upsetting to us. But it worked out really well. I think a bonded team makes a big difference. So
yeah. I guess to speak to that, they summed it up pretty well. But
Yeah, our team just had a lot of fun together, and I think that sort of like made the point of the sport. Like we all had fun, and that was our goal there.
Yeah, and like you could definitely see the team spirit, especially in the last match, which Connie played, where it was the deciding match. That's so much pressure. She was playing against some girl that's committed to Navy for tennis, and who's like won. She's like, but Connie, yeah, but Connie.
All right, so we have Connie Richards here. You won the game-winning or match-winning singles match. We read that your teammates told the coach not to tell you that it was going to be the deciding match. So we thought that was
Yeah, I kind of knew that.
kind of knew that. Yeah, it said that with the fans cheering, it kind of made it. You knew that it was going to be a very important match. You played against Tina Lee, who is, she just said, a Naval Academy commit. She's going to play tennis there, going to continue an academic career. What's it like going up in such a large match? What's the feeling of playing? And basically, it was a state title deciding match.
Yeah, it was a huge deal. Like having my team support me. Should I keep going? I mean, like I couldn't have done it without them, and they were great. And yeah, go tennis.
There you go, your Harriton girls state champion team.
What? Oh. Okay. So great job by them. We were planning to play a really cool video about the election that showed how during the election I went to the Hillary Clinton rally on the day before the election. We had a great report from that, as well as we were live on election night with results. So you're going to be able to watch that video online.
So why and how did Trump actually win?
So here's what happened. So Trump did not actually win the popular vote. Secretary Clinton had over 1 million more votes than Trump. What Trump did win is the Electoral College. How is that possible? Well, the Electoral College is made up of state elections for Electoral College votes, which is, in almost for all cases, a winner-take-all system, which is not exactly representative of the populations of those states. For instance, take Delaware. More people live in Delaware than in Montana, but both Delaware and Montana have 3 electoral votes. Since becoming president,
Trump said in an interview on 60 Minutes that while he was still on building a wall, it will have fencing in some places. In the same interview, Trump said that while he will deport 3 million illegal immigrants with a criminal record on day 1, he has not made any determinations on the other estimated 10 million illegal immigrants.
You know what, we're being told we have to really wrap things up right now, so here's what I'm going to tell to everyone. You're going to be able to watch the regular version of this show on YouTube today or tomorrow. Make that tomorrow. Tomorrow's the end of the quarter, so tomorrow afternoon, maybe Saturday. So anyhow, that's the end of our show for today. Thanks for watching.
Signing off, this is Hannah Richter.
And Ricky Sayre.
Thanks for watching the Ram Report.
Have a great rest of your day today and an even better day tomorrow.